Hey guys, Janice Vaughn, letting your light shine. Thank you all so much for joining me, your comments, your likes, subscribes, your shares. Thank you all so much. You're amazing. All right, so I have been getting a lot of messages from people who wanted to know kind of a brief synopsis of some of the feelings that come with being in a narcissistic relationship, okay? What happens is we don't know what is really happening because it comes on so quickly, so fast. And you know, 1 minute we're pre-relationship, okay, and we know who we are, and you know, yeah, maybe we feel alone and want somebody in our life, or you know, maybe we were doing just fine, and the next thing you know, you're in this relationship with a narcissist, and then you go, what just happened? Like, why am I feeling confused? What is going on? So here are some of the things that I felt immensely after about 2 to 3 weeks of being in a narcissistic relationship. I'm sure some of you are going to say, well, you know, you noticed this within 3 weeks. Why didn't you get out? Trust me when I tell you, I ask myself the same damn question every day. But you know what? It doesn't matter right this moment because I'm out right now. But if I can extend some of what I went through to help you recognize the signs early, I want to do that for you, because I don't want you to spend 6 years with somebody like I did, okay? My problem is, or it was, I should say, past tense, I kept coming up with scenarios of, he'll change, or having a bad day. You cannot change a narcissist. You can't. Don't try. Stop trying. You're going to put so much energy out, which is going to make you feel more completed. Okay. So here's a list of some of the things, and I'm sure there's more, but these came to mind as I was jotting this down this morning. First and foremost, totally confused. Like I went from being sharp-minded to, you know, going, what the hell is going on? Like, am I thinking okay? You know, did this really just happen? Like I was questioning everything. So I was super confused. Okay. Your mind is confused. You feel like you just don't know which direction you're going. You don't know if you're going up, you're going down, you're going east, you're going west. You just don't know what the hell's going on. You're just freaking confused. That's the best way for me to explain it. Okay. Followed by isolation. Isolation began very early on. Okay. Looking back, I sit there and say to myself, how did I allow somebody to isolate me? Because I'm a pretty extroverted person, you know. I mean, I have a lot of friends. I like to go out and do stuff. But the next thing I know, I'm really spending 99% of my time with a narcissist. Comes from the manipulation, the love bombing, the gaslighting bullshit. Okay, they trick you into thinking that you want to spend all of your time with them because they're so amazing, right? They're not, and you do not want to spend all of your time with them. Unfortunately for me, I was living with this man and I was working in my home with this man. 24/7, I was with this man, and it was so much. And I looking back, I don't know how I did it, because I mean, right now, if I have somebody, you know, come over in my workspace and it's been about an hour and they're taking up my time, I'm like, okay, time to go. I got things to do. With a narcissist, he never left. Like, it was just constant. And I really don't know how I functioned, but I know that I buried myself in my work during the time. So isolation is crucial, because you're going to stop talking to your closest friends. They're going to convince you that, oh, no, don't have girls' night this weekend. You know, let's go out and see a movie together. And, oh, and then, you know, come home and, you know, you'll take a bubble bath and I'll give you a back rub. And they just make it out so amazing, right? Buy you flowers, whatever they have to say. The next thing you know, you're not going out with your friends. You're not talking to your mom or your dad. You're not talking to your siblings. You're not talking to your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your classmates, whomever. And you really feel isolated from the narcissist. But what happens is you then begin to feel isolated, which makes you not want to reach out to your friends, your family, your cousins, your sisters, because you feel terrible for isolating them. Because in a sense, you then own the guilt that a narcissist in a sense did to you, but you own the guilt because you want a relationship with these people, but now you're too embarrassed to reach out. At least that was my case, okay? I don't want to speak for all of you. I was too embarrassed. I didn't want to have to explain to people, well, this is really what's going on. This is why I haven't contacted you. It just was so embarrassing to me, and I just spent so much time trying to figure out what was going on and the confusion and all that stuff that I just couldn't grasp reaching out to people. I was freaking embarrassed. I was completely embarrassed. Okay, that's the easiest way to put it. Thank God I have expressed everything to everybody in my life, and I've rekindled every relationship that I have lost over the years. And every single person in my life has completely understood. And the funnier thing, they knew. They knew. Everybody knew what was going on, even though I pretended that everything was okay, but they all knew. So weird, so weird. So if you think that your people aren't watching you and knowing what's going on, they know, please reach out to them. Don't isolate yourself. Don't. I don't want you to be in a position where you're then being limited who you can call, when you can go to the grocery store, how many, moments you have to be gone, or, if you're gone longer than 30 minutes, are you being questioned, all this stuff. Please don't let it get that bad. Fortunately, I never did. I was like, no, hell no, nobody is going to control me like that. But the isolation was still very prevalent. And so don't do that, please. I don't want you guys losing people, because people do care about you, okay? They really do. We just don't feel like they do, because the narcissists will say they don't. Yeah. That's what he said to me. He's like, well, you don't talk to your parents anymore. Well, you know what? It's because they want anything to do with you. You were a shitty child. Start believing it. It's terrible. It's terrible. You guys don't believe this crap. Please, please don't believe it. Oh my gosh. All right. You're constantly going to be walking on eggshells. Okay. And then you're going to be told that the narcissist can't stand to be around you because they're walking on eggshells. No, they're not. No, they're not. They never walk on eggshells. They just crush them eggs to the ground. You will always feel like you don't know which way is up. Is today going to be a good day? Is today going to be a bad day? Is he or she going to, start the day being a complete, jerk? Or, oh, wow, they woke up and they're actually chuckling. They're laughing. Must be a good day. Oh, thank God it's going to be a good day today because they're laughing. I mean, that is walking on eggshells. You don't have to do that, but you're going to feel like you are. And you're afraid to, shut the bathroom door, because what if it slams a little too hard? Is that going to send the narcissist then into a rage? What are you slamming the door for? And then it turns into a fight for 3 days? Yes, have been there, done that too. So just be aware of all that, and understand that this is normal in a sense if you're in that relationship, but it is so unhealthy and so not normal in a normal relationship. I hope that makes sense to you guys. My point in saying that is narcissistic relationships are so freaking mind-blowing sick. It's sick. It's sick. Okay. It's totally sick. Escape that as quickly as you can. You're always going to worry that you've done something wrong. Okay. And that kind of stems back to the walking on eggshells, because I felt that way. I was like, oh, why does he have an attitude? Like, I haven't even spoken to him today, but did I leave the dishes in the sink last night and he's pissed off about that? Did I, say something on the phone to my friend last night? Or, you question everything. Okay. It's terrible. Everything is your responsibility. No matter what happens in your home life, in your work life, whatever the narcissistic, relationship is for you, you're never going to be good enough. You are never going to do anything right. It's always going to be wrong, or they're going to be able to do it better. That deep down, that's not true. Okay. Because you're very smart. You're very educated. You have a lot of common sense. But smart people fall for their trap, okay? I did. It sucks, but you know what? This is why I'm doing all this, because I don't want anybody to go through any of what I did. You will feel lonely. Loneliness is probably one of the top ones that I felt very lonely. Even though I had somebody around me 24/7, oh my gosh, I felt so lonely, because 90% of the time it was, well, 95%. It was constant fighting. So we were separated into different rooms anyway. But that's not healthy. How do you live with somebody and you don't even talk to somebody for 3 days? Like, it's just so weird. That's not a normal, healthy relationship. So feeling lonely is another one. Tired, very tired, very, very, very tired, because your energy is depleted. The reason it's depleted is because the narcissist is taking, and you're giving, okay? You're completely off balance. They're up here, you're down here. The scales are not balanced, so you're always gonna feel like you're giving more than what you're receiving, all right? And they love it that way. They love it. Frustrated, totally frustrated. I was frustrated about everything, all right? But then I kept talking to myself going, Janice, don't get frustrated, just stay in peace, you know, all this. I mean, I would have my conversations with myself to try and keep me grounded, and it was horrible. You're gonna feel suspicious because nothing they tell you is truthful, nothing. Oh my God, the lies, oh my God, the lies that these freaking people will tell you is ridiculous. And I got to the point where it was like, you know what, whatever you said to me, I just took with a grain of salt because I knew that it was completely untruthful. I just knew. And that's why I totally checked out, you know, a few months before, you know, when I was starting to plan my escape. And I just didn't care anymore. It was just so disgusting. The lies got worse and worse and worse. And I checked out so quickly that I didn't even care anymore. So I was disconnected at that point. So when I got to that point, I knew that I was done. I knew that I was done. And probably the most sad for me, I lost myself. Like, I lost Janice. I lost who I was. I feel like I was the same person, but I was a person with an outside body and a fake smile, but that wasn't me, because my inside, my inner self was so beat down that as much as I tried to be happy on the outside, it took so much energy and I was just depleted. And so losing yourself. And that is why it is so incredibly important to take so much time for you. Learn to love yourself again. Learn to find out who you are again, okay? And that's why I took so much time over the last year to just do me. I mean, I took a bunch of solo trips. I'm going to Maui in 2 weeks, and I go every year for 2 weeks, and I am going solo for the first week. And then the second week, you know, of course, my best friend's coming, and my other, you know, really good friend, Renee, and so that'll be fun to have them there. But I'm doing this trip as my healing. And I'm telling you guys, watch for my videos because I will be on the beach doing them. I'm bringing my yoga mat. I'm doing yoga on the beach. I am doing a ton of meditation. Water is my healing. So I am so excited for this trip, and I can't wait. And it's just going to be so refreshing. And I know that everybody can't go to Hawaii, and, you know, you can't go on vacation. And I understand that. But take time for you. And if you have to go, you know, sit by a park bench or a lake, or, you know, take a drive to a river, something, and just sit by the water. Water is the most incredibly healing thing out there. I can't even stress. And I plan on sitting there just watching the waves for hours on end, and just doing me, self-care for me. So taking care of you is so important. And once you start doing that, it's going to go back to where you know that you're healing, because you're beginning to see that you're craving your self-care, your self-worth is just rising. And the next thing you know, you're back to where you were before you met the narcissist. So I am so happy about that. So anyway, I love you all. You guys just stay strong. Please, 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 please stay strong and know that you are so loved. There are so many people that love and support you. The narcissist will make you feel like there is nobody on the planet that wants anything to do with you. And you know what? You can just go, you know, go F off, because you don't need them in your life, okay? There's billions of people on this planet that will have your back, okay? The narcissist means nothing, okay? All right, guys. Love and light to all of you. I love you all. Thank you.